Okay, welcome. You are at the regular meeting of the North Bend School District on Thursday, March the 7th. Okay. Order. Next is pledge. Okay, roll call. Carol Yardley. Mary Ship. Ease. Zooming in from an undisclosed Michelle. Hey, Michelle. So we got 5. Good. Okay, item 2, approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Yes.
Okay, there is a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Five. Okay, item 3, public participation. No public participation. Okay. Item 4, communications. 4A, board reports and communication. Right? Who knows what I normally say here? Back in August of 2023, the board met and gave the superintendent 2 goals. Goal 1 was academic achievement. Goal 2 was student behavior / climate and culture. Student representatives?
Nope. Everybody too.
We were met with their absence. Okay. Association reports 4C.
Hey, I'm here. I'm here in Eva's stead. I'm Meg Greger. So I'm the NEA secretary.
Meg, okay, thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to update you on some of the learning and special events that have been happening in our schools. This week, both elementary schools have been celebrating Read Across America by completing special reading activities in their classrooms and dressing up according to a different literacy theme each day. Currently, North Bay has a book blast program as a way for students to earn books through gaining reading sponsors. North Bay also has an Oregon Battle of the Books, or OBOB team, and they have been winning their competitions. Oregon Battle of the Books events are like Knowledge Bowl, but about specific books that students read. 4th and 5th graders are participating this year, and next year the program will include 3rd graders. The regional competition is on the 16th of this month, held at Marshfield, and North Bay, as well as the OBOB teams at the middle school and the high school, will participate. Our elementary students have been displaying their musical skills lately. Hillcrest has been having winter and spring concerts by grade level band. The 4th and 5th graders' concert is next Thursday evening, beginning at 6 o'clock. Earlier today, 55 Hillcrest students from Sharon Rogers' after-school choir club gave a concert at an assisted living facility. Tonight, the Hillcrest PTA is having a fundraiser at McDonald's known as McTeacher Night, with staff and parents working for a portion of the profits from 5 to 7. Our district is making progress on adopting a new math curriculum for the elementary grades. Teachers have spent a lot of time poring over materials from 5 different curricula. Teachers were able to rank their curriculum preferences, and 2 frontrunners emerged. Tomorrow, during our teacher workday, we will hear a presentation from one of these companies called Big Ideas. Some Hillcrest and middle school students recently took the National Assessment of Educational Progress, or NAEP, test for reading and math, which is a federally administered test that generates state and national academic data. The NAEP testing team shared that their interactions with North Bend Middle School students and staff were the best they have ever experienced. That is a powerful compliment because the testing team interacts with many schools as they travel across the state assessing students. There have been many enjoyable activities for students at the middle school, including a ski trip for students with 3.5 or higher GPAs, a Valentine's dance, and numerous sports events. Many students in our district submitted work to the Coos Art Museum Student Art Show. Sophomore Aubrey Moore won Best of Show with her colored pencils work, Dialectics. The student art show is on display through April 14th. At the high school, there's discussion about the forthcoming staff and course offering changes. In addition to the 2 teaching positions that will be eliminated, there are added state requirements to teach civics and personal finance. This means that in the fall, many teachers will be developing courses they haven't taught before, and there will be fewer electives offered to high school students. There is uncertainty about course offerings since much depends on forecasting. I wanted to end today by noting that it is Classified Staff Appreciation Week. Our classified staff are essential to having well-run schools where children feel loved and where they love to learn. Teachers can't do their jobs without our classified staff, and we are deeply grateful to them. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you. Who knows when the NAEP testing results are available?
I'm not sure. The 2022 results, of course, are available by now, but I'm not sure when the results from this year will become available. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
curious about that too.
Yeah. Okay. Board D, Superintendent Report, Vince Swaggerty.
All right, so I shared several things in my superintendent report and that you have in your packet. And so I won't spend a lot of time talking about those. I do want to say that as I wrote this a week ago, I wrote the 3A basketball tournament report before the 3A basketball tournament. So so I can say to you, I was really impressed, very impressed. I'd like to congratulate Chris and Mike and all of the team from North Bend who helped put on the tournament, as well as the team from Marshfield that helped put on the tournament. It was the first time I had a chance to see it. I'm an old basketball coach, as Mike said so eloquently on Wednesday night at the dinner. I think he stressed the word old, but so I'm just basketball's in my blood. I had an opportunity to kind of see the tournament work, and I was really impressed by all the volunteers and the effort. Michelle was there helping out, take tickets, and it was just it's an amazing thing. It really is. It takes a ton of coordination to do that, and it takes extra coordination to that between 2 different schools and 2 different sites. And so it's and the people who come love being here because our town welcomes them like the kings and queens they are as they come in from all over the state. And as I wrote in my report, 499 miles from Mesa High School to North Bend High School. I was the longest traveler, and the closest traveler was the Sutherland team, who came 87 miles. And the most popular nickname of the week was Bulldogs. There were 3 different schools with Bulldogs playing here, where there are Bulldogs. So so that's a good name. We'll like it. Want to list some other things that I didn't put on here. OBOB was mentioned. Chris just came out today with pictures of our OBOB competition against Marshfield, and I believe we won 4 out of 4. So we were undefeated in our Battle of the Bay OBOB competition. I had a chance to see the Hillcrest Choir. Okay, thank you, Heather. Your daughter did amazing. I had Heather happened to say, "Hey, are you?" I didn't even know what was happening. She said they're singing in 20 minutes, and so I got in my truck and went over and was able to watch them perform, and it was a lot of fun. It was at the Ocean Ridge Assisted Living, and so the residents there loved it. They really you could see the smiles and the energy in the group, and so it was a lot of fun, and they did a great job. I then went directly to the call of the tri-tip. As you know, it's the Classified Employee Week, and so I got an invitation from the North Bay principal via my lovely wife, who is out at North Bay now, and says, "Hey, you should come out. We haven't having tri-tip today," and so. So I did. I went out there and spent some time with them on lunch and enjoyed the tri-tips. Thanks to Daryl, who he didn't just cook one. There were tri-tips rolling out there like it was an assembly line. It was amazing. So he was slicing tri-tip And he's a pro at it. He knows how to take a tri-tip, cut it where the grain shifts so that you can always cut against the grain when you're cutting the slices. So I watched that. I kept track of that. And so, because that's how they teach us how to do it when you're a slow cooker guy like me. So, he was doing it. It was just amazing. It was a lot of stuff. Then Chris is going to join me for the next two things. First of all, for the rest of mine, and then together we're going to do the next thing on our agenda. Chris and Mike spent yesterday afternoon out at Coos Bay Toyota. And the owner of Coos Bay Toyota is proposing doing a significant fundraiser that would impact the schools. And as you'll hear from Chris, he owns several different car dealerships in the region. And I don't know all of which ones those are, but he's done this same kind of fundraiser in several different cities where he has his dealerships. And so, Chris, I'd like to have you now kind of explain what it looks like.
Well, thank you. And always like to share exciting news, and this is hot off the press. So it just happened yesterday. And so there's been numerous approaches to go to the dealership there. And this one is recently been purchased by a company of different dealerships, not just Toyotas, but this one is. They have 4 Toyotas, 2 Fords, and Volkswagen company. But anyways, the young man that runs that wants to always help out with the schools, and they've been helping out in other communities. And so they are going to give to Marshfield and North Bend High School districts a car. That car will then be raffled off. Every school in each of the school districts will have a chance to participate in this fundraiser. He wants it so it's turnkey. And so if you win this car, you will receive it free. He'll pay all taxes, all registration and licensing for the car. You have to pay nothing. He wants it to be, you're the winner and you just drive off. It is yours. Fundraisers for this type of event can range from $40,000 to $160,000, depending on the community it's in, and that's the ranges where has had this happen. We are turning this around in the next few weeks to get this started. Then the winning ticket will be drawn at the football game, the Marshfield North Bend football game. On that night, the procedures will happen when a winning ticket will be drawn in a certain fashion. 2 cheerleaders, arm wrestling or flipping a coin. We'll decide which way that goes there. We'll draw the winning ticket. Then that winning ticket is then eventually handed down the line because again, Toyota will get that ticket, but they're going to be the 3rd or 4th person to touch the ticket because of making separation, not having any part of the game. But they're going to then call that winner out or call them on the phone and to announce it, because again, that's kind of what they are hoping to, get that excitement. At that football game, after we give out that winning car, we'll drive out the next new car and we'll give it away a year later. Same deal. This time we'll have more time. Basketball season, other seasons will have a chance to participate in this fundraiser as well, because in the season generally you get better participation. And then the next year, if things go well, this should continue. We were waiting for what he wanted back, and we got it. He asked to speak in our classes about how to buy a car. I go, okay, well, we'll take you up on that. And then he goes, well, do you have anybody that would like to just learn about the business, do an internship? If you do, just let me know. And then he was done talking. So we have a chance to take an opportunity of 2 school districts, all the schools. We got to organize because we want to do it the same. We don't want to say Marshfield's doing this way, North Bend's doing it this way. We want to be united. And then we're going to work together to have the same game plan, an opportunity for all schools to earn money for things that they might want that are extra. And
So I
so
just want to clarify, one car, not one car per school.
One
total
car.
The fundraisers are happening in both districts. Okay, but the money raised in each district then stays with that district. So it's not shared.
Right.
So it's not
what
like-
Marshfield raises will be there in there. And we're gonna run it through the high school accounts. And so we have our bookkeepers.
Tickets are $10 each. The ticket books are already pre-printed and handed to us so that there's an accounting process that's in place. And Chris, you didn't mention how much he's gonna ask us to buy the car for. He's not asking for a portion. of the
$0.
proceeds.
So
it's
generally-
Not like we have to sell, he's gonna put a $30,000 car out there and we get to keep everything above 30,000 because he's gonna get us 30,000. He's given, according to what Chris said this morning, he's
Mhm.
giving the car. Okay,
Amazing.
He's also gonna produce a video that will go out to the community that he's paying for. And if he will not allow that $10 to be shaved off to go to any portion of a school or a foundation, that $10 is that for that school, so that, you know, and how that's designated will be by us, but he just does not want any money being shaved off. He wants this to be a total fundraiser, the way it is, you know,
so
so.
our conversation this morning also included the way it's going to support all of the schools in the district, right? So
Yep.
it's not just intended to be a high school fundraiser. We're going to build a system in which if, you know, the science club at the middle school wants to try to sell these tickets, what they sell can support the science club, can support the Hillcrest Choir in the afternoon, it can support different groups in different places and so on and so forth. And so that's part of what we're trying to build, is to make sure that we're that it's something that will benefit all four of the schools and not just benefit high school.
This car will also be personally wrapped, and it will have half the car will have photos of kids from North Bend, and the other half will have photos of Marshfield. And the winner can take it off, but in the past, one person has left it on there for some strange reason. But you have your choice of the way you get your car, and like I said, it is there. Getting that done as well. And so again, they're excited to work with us, and they've done it for other schools. And like I said, they had almost $170,000 in one community just because of people getting involved in it. And so this is a great opportunity for our schools and to work in getting things that we might not otherwise always fund. And so they can take care of that themselves. So we're pretty excited about this. We'll get those details out. Yes, later. Yeah, and so we're going to be meeting with Marshfield next week to unite on a plan, and so we're going to start working on that, and we're going to then go forward with Toyota.
So Julie, what kind of car would you want?
It would be.
It's a Lexus. They carry Lexus.
Platinum Tundra? Okay, so now, so that's that. You want to have a shift gears into the next item on the agenda?
Yes. Thank you, Chris. 4E Student Memorial Support.
As you know, we lost a student. And so I wanted Chris to have an opportunity to share a little bit about what we were able to do following the accident, to support staff, to support students, kind of how that played out. I want to say how much I appreciated the support of the South Coast ESD and kind of helping us organize a crisis team. Crisis team included Coos Mental Health, Crisis team also included support from ESD staff. We know that we had staff in Marshfield and the Tuesday School District that were ready to step in as needed. We had what could be called too many people. And we were happy to have it. Okay, so with that, Chris, I think I'd like to turn it over to you to
Mhm.
give some more details.
Yeah. So thank you again for letting me talk about this. And the main part, what I want to know is that when there's tragedy, people rise to the occasion, and it was instant. It was quick, and it was amazing for them to be there, because again, it wasn't, hey, can you come over? They were there in the building as soon as the word got out. And so it was a great event to see them come and help us through a tough time. Because again, when those people are there to support the students, the staff, okay, and the community, you know, if it was need to be, because again, I'll tell more details in a second. It was for all parts. So we mentioned that I want to mention the following different departments were involved. Obviously, we had North Bend Police Department helping us. Coos Health and Wellness, we had 3 individuals from Coos Health and Wellness there. We had someone from Kairos help us on one of the days. We had a gentleman from Coos Drop come by and be a part of that. South Coast ESD had 8 individuals at 2 different locations in our buildings. And so again, it was just a rally of people, again, not knowing the needs. But again, we quickly developed a plan, because it was a closed day of school, and then we were able to do a plan. And we had 2 locations because the student was a Bridges student. That's where he was getting his education from. And so we had several counselors over there, and what we had was called a comfort room, a place for kids to go to talk. And so we Monday morning, we were open on Friday, but Monday was our day when students would be back in the building. And so Monday morning, we were ready with food, counselors, time to talk about the situation, and honoring Sean that day. And so you can see many students using those services, many students leaning on each other that day, and even staff members were ones that we were making sure that we were taking care of through all the excellent help we had. And so as we went throughout the day, we had students in 2 different locations at the high school, 1 location over at Bridges, and then we also had a staff room if needed to be. So the 3 comfort rooms is what we called them. And we were able to just make sure that students were processing what was going on with them. And then we also had a very important part, which is totally outside, which outside was where the accident did happen, which was right next to the school. And we had a team out there ready to go, because kids were walking out there during lunches. We were taking the fence, the fence was getting fixed, and we're making sure that got done fairly quickly, and then making sure that that the flowers and things that they had put up there remained. And so again, you know, that was an important part for them to leave something behind, but we also left notes behind for them to get help if they needed a call. And so again, they were just open 24/7 to help our students. And so again, when students would go visit, we had a team right there to support. And that team was just those individuals from those agencies just being there, obviously Friday, obviously Monday, and then a couple even showed up on Tuesday to make sure that all of us were still doing well as we went forward. Just got to check in today. How's everything going from one of the members? And so again, highly professional individuals that just sat there and waited, asked, spoke, and just led. You know, they didn't come in there with a mission or purpose to shine. They just wanted to be there for North Bend and North Bend community. So very impressed. So want to honor all those departments again. And we'll have a service this Saturday for Sean. And so again, I'm sure there'll be a few people there. But we'll put something up over at Bridges for him in honor. Some community members, Bay Area Hospital is stepping up to put a little donation, and we're gonna name the pickleball court after him. So one of his highlights of Sean was that very, very intense and very good pickleball player. And so they're gonna name that after him. And it's not a big area, but it's something that we feel is the right thing to do. And as we go forward, we'll heal and we'll remember and we'll honor that young man. So, any questions?
Want to add that we also had support. We were surprised, he has younger siblings. And one of the younger siblings showed up for school on Monday. Actually, no, showed up for school the day that happened on Friday. And without Hillcrest. And
Yeah, that's right.
so, and the staff at Hillcrest,
Mhm.
we were trying to make sure that we were supporting the student over there. Totally did not expect any of the younger siblings to show up, and then there they were, getting off the bus. So, yeah, it was a challenge. It was definitely a challenge. Appreciate the staff, and how they really pulled it together. It affected a lot of people, with Sean being in our community from the time he was a kindergartner all the way through the point of his death. He's a lot of people knew him, you know,
Yeah,
and so it impacted a lot of folks. We had a chance by the way to go visit. Chris and I went over and took some flowers to the house on Tuesday, the following Tuesday, and the dad expressed a tremendous amount of gratitude to the community and to the school.
yeah.
Good, thank you for the district response on it.
Yep.
Thanks. Item 5, action consent agenda items. Is there a motion to approve the action consent agenda as presented?
I make a motion to approve item 5, action consent items.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second? Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the action consent agenda items as presented. Any discussion? Okay, no discussion. Ready for the vote? All in favor, say aye. Aye. I didn't see Michelle.
With us?
4-0, maybe 5.
Is Michelle still with us?
Michelle?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay, thank you,
Thank
Michelle.
you.
Okay, all right, agenda item 6, resolution for the classified employee appreciation week. Action item, let's see. That's me. All right, background on the classified employee appreciation week is celebrated every year during the first full week of March. In 2024, it will be March 4th through the 8th in Oregon. North Bend School District currently employs 136 classified employees. We celebrate our classified staff and give recognition to the wonderful work they do for the students, fellow staff members, and patrons of our district. The work they do and skills they bring to the North Bend School District is immeasurable. And we have the text of the resolution to be read by Julie, who was a classified employee. Go ahead.
Okay, whereas the education of youth is essential to the future of our community, state, country, and world. And whereas classified employees are the backbone of our public education system, and whereas classified employees work directly with students, educators, parents, volunteers, business partners, and community members. And whereas classified employees support the smooth operation of offices, the safety and maintenance of buildings and property, and the safe transportation, health, nutrition, and direct instruction of students. And whereas our community depends upon the trust classified employees and trusted classified employees to serve students. And whereas classified employees with their diverse talents and true dedication nurture students throughout their school years. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the North Bend School District Board of Directors proclaims March 4th through March 8th, 2024 to be Classified Employee Appreciation Week. And be it further resolved that the North Bend School District Board of Directors strongly encourages all members of our community to join in the observance, recognition, and dedication and hard work of these individuals. Adopted this 7th day of March, 2024. And then do I read the action?
I'll do that. Thank you, Julie. Action requested approval of classified employee recognition resolution to proclaim March to the 8th, 2024 as Classified Employee Appreciation Week for the North Bend School District. And the motion requested, I move to approve classified employee recognition resolution as set forth above. So I've made the motion. Is there a second? Okay, there's a second over here with Carol. So there's a motion and a second, and the motion is I move to approve classified employee recognition resolution as set forth above. Any discussion? None. We will move to the vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Michelle. So 5-0, Michelle Bricks. Okay, moving on to item 7, board comments. I guess I'll make one. Both Vince and I got a correspondence from Tim Kreider concerning it's the Association of School Business Officials International. And the header for the email said something about SFO. And I have no idea what SFO for me is, San Francisco International Airport. So I did have to look up, I read the letter and know what an SFO is, but Tim took some training and got the certification, achieved Certified Administrator of School Finance and Operations, that's the SFO, certification from the Association for School of Business Officials International, ASBO. So anyway, I just wanted to congratulate Tim on achieving that certification. And I'm a big fan of continuous learning and improvement, and yeah, help Tim in his journey. Congratulations. Probably the first meeting I've been to where he wasn't here. Okay. Information, any other board comments? Information only. Enrollment, district financial, check registers, Oregon's economic and review. Oregon's economic and revenue forecast summary. We've got a work session 2 weeks from tonight on Thursday, March 21st. The tentative items we'll have is we'll continue the board work item discussion in prioritization. Item 2, strategic planning 101. And item 3, summer school program with academic focus discussion. And I saw the legislature just approved some funding for summer school, and we can talk about what that might look like.
Yeah.
So have some preliminary conversations. So with that, anybody else? One of the shortest ones ever, 6:36. All right, with that, we'll adjourn. Thank you for coming.